So, good morning. Um, let's talk about time. My time over there doesn't move. It's always the same. It was like this yesterday, and it's like this today, and it will be like this tomorrow, and it's just not moving because I didn't put batteries in. And if you don't put batteries in something, it's not moving unless you plug it into electricity, of course. But anyway, I deliberately didn't put batteries in because I didn't buy this clock to work, but I just kind of liked it and I stuck it on the wall. But since everybody's asking whether, I forgot to put batteries in, or people are saying, Angie, your clock has stopped, and everybody's kind of thinking that I want this to work. So there you are. I don't. I deliberately left it like that. I know, strange. But time is strange concept, particularly if we are talking about any issues in mental health or emotional well-being, etc. I mean, what is stopping us mostly of progress? It is either something that has happened in the past, something that just is like a big, big stone we cannot cross over. And we can't cross over it because it's just there and something or somebody has put it right there, or ourselves, right in front of us. And now we have no more strength to move it, you know? Um, or we think we don't have strength, or we can't be bothered to move it. So it's easy to stay behind it. Once upon a time, there was no stone. We were kids, and we thought we can do anything. There was no fear. We grow up, we get frightened of everything because of various things, either not losing something or somebody. Some fear has gone into us, and that fear is a huge big stone for most of us. And breaking it is hard. But it doesn't have to be that hard, of course. If we have support from friends, family, or even outside people like coaches, therapists, counselors, groups, religious groups, basically social support, they can show us that that stone is not as heavy as we thought it might be. And I really wanted to make this video today just to tell you again, and I say this many times, past does not exist anymore. It only exists in our brain, in the pictures we collect. Now, of course, we have internet and Facebook and all this stuff. So memories, these are memories. But the past as an entity does not exist. So if people get Alzheimer's, there is no past. Of course, there is some, but it's a selective past depending which neurons died. But okay, let's not get into the medical side of it. But past, you cannot touch it anymore. It's not there. I mean, you cannot touch something like bottle of water that was there 3 years ago because it's not there anymore. But even if it is, some people may say, oh, yeah, my bottle of water is there from 3 years ago and I didn't touch it. Okay, let's get into these deep philosophical arguments. But I'm just saying, past is gone. It's been finished. It's finished. We need to deal with it, and then it will still be past, but it will be memories. Past does not allow us to move forward if that past was something that held us back when it was present. Oh dear, I'm becoming very philosophical. Let's make it short. Past doesn't exist. Future is coming, whether we like it or not, but we don't know what it brings. We simply do not know what future will bring in the next 15 minutes. You can say, oh yes, I know because I'm going to work or I'll just be sitting here, etc. You really don't. So what is present now when I'm talking to you, already by the time I've said the last letter, is becoming a past. And what happens with the future is I don't know what I'm going to say, but if I had a script, I may say, okay, I know what I'm going to say, but I really don't, because maybe I stutter on that script, maybe something happens, maybe telephone rings. So I don't really know what future will bring. So even near future like that. So how can we know what future tomorrow, next year, 10 years time will bring? We can hope, we can dream, and we should, but we do not know. Um, a lot of people believe in future, predictions and fortune tellers, and I don't know what not. And it's very interesting because a lot of intelligent people, also a lot of people with scientific knowledge, also at times of need, so to speak, turn to somebody who may be able to give them some hope for the future. And that's okay. Anything's okay if it makes a person happier at that particular moment or gives them a move forward. But if fortune tellers could tell what happens in future, just think about it. They know their own future, so therefore why they're working and charging all this money in any case? Because they know what's going to happen in future. If they know your future, then you should sit there like a blank piece of paper and say nothing. Not nod when they tell you things, not say, yeah, I knew somebody with name beginning with M, etc., etc. I mean, there's no point talking about it because it's been debunked many times over. But if people believe it and it makes them feel better, that's fine. But the reality is this: we do not know what future brings. We can only go retrospectively back when something happens, say, I knew it is going to happen because it's happened. It's like somebody say, no, I know, I'm not feeling well. I know something's wrong with me. So they talk like this for about a year, 2 years, 3 years. And then something is wrong with them and they'll say, I knew it, I always knew it. Well, of course, sometimes something is going to happen. Or you're going to travel. When? Well, in the next 6 months, year, 3 years. Yeah, of course, at some point. But we always remember things when the future comes and becomes present. We always remember what we want to remember. And I remember just recently, um, my son was saying something like that. Well, it was obvious. I knew how strange it happened. I was just talking about it yesterday, and today it happened. But how many times you talk about something and it doesn't happen, but you don't pay attention to it, and so you don't mention it. So let's just wrap up this because I've got an allergy. Sorry about that. I've got chronic rhinitis. So when the times comes like this, I'm feeling miserable. But that's how it is. Life goes on. You just have to sniffle and hope people don't hate you or think you're rude. Um, so let's just make it very simple. Past doesn't exist. We don't know what future brings. Present is present at the moment when we think it's present and we are aware of its of present time because a minute ago it's already past. So let's move that big stone that we left from the past somewhere in front of us, remembering that that was past. And just do it in little steps. Just push it little bit. Every time just a little bit. But make sure to remember where you started from. Otherwise, you will think that it was always there. So um, if you have something, I don't have anything here to demonstrate this on, but let's say if we have this, yeah, you can say I need sweet eggs. Yeah, doesn't help losing weight, but I have it. So if, for example, let's say this piece of paper, la Pikachu. So if this piece of paper was, let's say, here today, okay? Not to the end, because then it would be obvious. But let's say it's here today. And today we just move it a little bit like this. Tomorrow we won't notice much difference unless we marked it. So move it a little bit like this. By the time it comes here, we will not even think that some 10 days ago this thing was here, because it goes gradually. So unless you put a mark there and then remind yourself 2 weeks ago where it was, you wouldn't know. And it is the same thing with us in life and past, present, future, achievements, what we want to achieve, what mental blocks we want to get rid of. Is to write down something like, I don't know, some simple things like, um, I just don't like going too far from my home. And so, but today you kind of make that step to the park, which is just across the road. And then tomorrow you still go to the park that is across the road. But then the day after you move a little bit just to the edge of the end of that park. And then next week you kind of cross the road because there was a nice shop across the road that you've never been into, and then you just pop in. But that doesn't clock quite unless the day one, when you decided to achieve some goal, you wrote down and said, today I went to the park. Tomorrow I will go to the edge of the park. Did I go there? No? Okay, never mind. But then the next day you may walk to the edge of the park, and that was not your goal because your goal was yesterday, but you went there. So you write it down. Hey, today I went to the other edge of the park. And then you looked 2 days ago, oh, I couldn't do that before. So basically, keep track of time, and that's the only way to cross certain barriers to your success, to your goals, to your life, to your happiness that were put on long time ago by something, somebody, an event, etc. Okay? That clock there is at present, and it was like this yesterday, today, and unless I take it out, it will be like this tomorrow. But you know, it looks like it. If you want to go into philosophy, I really don't know if it moved a little bit or not. But for the argument's sake, it's standing still. Nothing is moving, nothing is happening. Yesterday, today, tomorrow. It cannot be with our lives. We are not static. Something is happening. Even if you don't see it, something is happening. So write down your goals. Unless you write down your goals, you will never know when you moved them forward or when you didn't. And with that, I have to go and deal with my rhinitis. And I hope it will be better tomorrow, but who knows? I have a wonderful, wonderful day on this Thursday morning. And I will speak to you when I have something to say, which is usually every day, but depends what I have to do. Have a wonderful day. Bye for now. Bye.